block the natural expansion of Hellraiser with a hatchery.
I do feel like you need to pull probes against this, right? I think if you don't pull probes, you're going to be a little bit behind. Hellraiser instead is going to drop the Forge. Yeah, so this time Hellraiser is going to have much quicker access to gas and the Cybernetics Core, because obviously he didn't go Nexus first. Raynor did leave 2 Zerglings behind, but he didn't keep track of the probe, and I really hope for Raynor that he's aware of the fact that there is a pylon being built on top of his hatchery right now, and this could potentially get cannon rushed as well.
Oh, that is nasty. If Hellraiser is able to do this, and I have no reason to imagine that he won't at this point, he is going to equalize things, though Raynor very smartly making another hatchery inside of Hellraiser's base. There is no pylon near this one, so it's not easily cannonable. You have to now invest the time and resources into an extra pylon if you want to deal with it in the same way.
Oh, Raynor does catch the Adept in the center of the map, and that is a beautiful surround with slow Zerglings. But Raynor's going to have to give up this hatchery. He's going to see it right now as well. At least you must see that, right? Let me double check.
Yeah.
Come on. He lets it finish because I guess he wants those cannons to finish. I'm really surprised he lets the hatchery finish.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Could he actually see it? I'm not even sure. I think the hatchery. Okay. Well, then, yeah, it's a little bit surprising indeed. Maybe he just wants the larva, or maybe he wants this creep, or maybe he just feels like he's not going to be able to spend that money elsewhere or otherwise. This hatchery inside the base of Hellraiser is gonna come up though.
Okay, Hellraiser is actually gonna do something very smart. I was like, yeah, this is cool and all, but if you now expand at home, I mean, you're still spending a lot of money on these cannons and stuff. Hellraiser instead is gonna make this a one base all in, but there is a hatchery going up in his main base as well, so he's forced to warp in another cannon, this time defensively, while 4-gating as well. What is this game? What is this series, Cats? And on top, I feel like the 4-gate attack is not going to work. Is it even 4 gates? No, it's a 3-gate attack. Okay, that's so odd.
Yeah, because he's going to expand behind it. I don't even dislike Hellraiser's position still. I think he's still in a good position. But yeah, absolutely. Those Adepts shading into a weird location where they're not in the cracks, right? They should be aiming for those mineral cracks to micro around that and easily surround it.
The main base of Hellraiser is actually in a bit of trouble. Hellraiser might be forced to recall those Adepts from the other side of the map. Now, he's got 2 more Adepts defensively, but that's still not enough. More Zerglings will pop. I think Hellraiser is playing a dangerous game, and at this point, the Rainer is like, hey, I'm starting to like this. More Zerglings for me. I'm never stopping with the links. And I actually think Hellraiser is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he might have underestimated the hatchery at this point, because once the queen comes out, and she obviously injects, now Raynor has a lot of those Zerglings that Hellraiser has to deal with. I like the decision for the shield battery. On the other side of things, Raynor has made a lot of links himself, so he's not economically thriving either. But it's definitely a weird game.
Oh no. Oh, he made a mistake. The links, or excuse me, the Adepts were not on hold position, so they moved a little too far forward. And this means that this time Hellraiser was forced to use recall. But even now, I think he's still in some trouble, because the natural is going to be under some serious fire as well. There are so many Zerglings coming in from both sides at this point, and there are still a lot of links in the main base as well. This game is bananas.
It is absolutely bananas, but it is on a knife's edge as well, because if these links die without doing anything on the side of Hellraiser, I feel like he can still stabilize. And they are basically trapped, right? And Raynor has now gone back to his base, so Hellraiser has done the proper thing in just waiting until he has enough Adepts, and he's gonna have enough to crash this attack soon.
This doesn't seem like a very pretty fight for Raynor. Raynor is going to lose a lot of Zerglings, and I think he's making a pretty big mistake. Raynor, that's 3 cannons and a battery and some warpins and Adepts. You can't be fighting that. And Raynor just lost, I don't know how many Zerglings. But 59 have gone down already in this game. Cats, what I'm not getting is, why didn't he make a Baning Nest? If you have this many Zerglings in the main base of your opponent, imagine the possibilities of having a Baning Nest.
Because in order to have this many Zerglings here, I think, and to have the amount of Zerglings defending back at home, he really needed to just not mine gas, I think, or not have mined a lot of gas anyway. Like, to commit to Banelings at that point might have been difficult for him, and to think that he could defend. That said, though, you pointed out to this, he made a huge mistake, Raynor, that is. Hellraiser making similar mistakes back at his house, however, is going to lose a few of those Adepts. This game is bananas. The players are confused as we are.
Yes, I don't think that either of them really has an idea if they're winning or losing this game at this point. Raynor is making 10 roaches.
Oh, God.
Just to give you guys an idea of how confused Raynor is is like, oh my God, if he has a Dark Shrine, I'm dead. So I'm going to start building Spore Crawlers. We know there is no dark shrine at all, but that's how wild this game is at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And roaches, I mean, they are going to be a great answer. Now that's efficient use of the larva, right? You can spend double the amount of resources inside of Hellraiser's base with a roach warren as opposed to just circling. So that is going to be a much more difficult course to dislodge for Hellraiser. And I think he's putting up a decent fight, but it's going to be...
Gosh, okay, no, this is really cool. Okay, so what Neeb was saying backstage is that he chose this map. This was his map choice, which was really surprising because you wouldn't expect the Protoss to pick it. And he was saying, oh, I can't believe I did that. That was a mistake. But Snoot was sitting very nearby. So I don't know if he was being coy, trying to throw out misinformation. But both players going for very unorthodox openings. A Nexus first for Neeb and a Proxy Hatchery for Snoot. This is absolute madness. And that's behind those back rocks. Do you think this is a spine crawler rush?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's spines, queens, and lings. And let me tell you, Pig, I've played against this quite a few times. I think Neeb has as well because he plays on NA ladder. I find this incredibly hard to play against if you don't scout it immediately. If you do scout it, you can throw up a forge, you get a couple cannons, it can be fine.
Especially with the late core, like even if he scouts it right, he's going to be kind of behind where he wants to be. He's investing so much in economy.
Yeah, I really think forge is the best answer here. You want to get a forge with just a cybernetic score. And let's not forget, you remember that one series where Neeb did lose 3-0 against Bly?
Oh, yeah.
But twice, I think this happened. Twice there was a hatchery spinecrawler rush. So Neeb was obviously not super confident against it. I'm sure he got better ever since.
Oh, you know what?
But this is sick, disgusting, and really hard to beat.
3 spines going down, the Zergling speed behind this. So the way this build functions is Snoot wants to break down those rocks, rush in there with the creep spread, plant down the spine crawlers, and if he ever opens up a hole in the wall or the units get exposed, in comes a huge flood of speedlings and just tries to surround and overwhelm everything. Neeb still with absolutely no idea that this is going down. We've got to keep an eye on his vision. Can he see that creep spread? I don't think he can.
Man, if Neeb is able to hold this, I will do a shirtless Zerg stream. In 3 months from now, I need a couple workout days. Okay, and now he knows, so he's going to drop the forge. But still, I feel like this is already so late that you need to be out of this world to hold this.
Oh, man.
I mean, Neeb is crazy, but I do not believe that even Neeb is this crazy. Like, to me, this is game over, but Neeb, please show me that I'm wrong.
Right now, Neeb is having flashbacks to that 0-3 loss to Bly. And he has had a long think about how to hold this, but those rocks are already down. He's scouting this so late. He just has so little to defend right now. He's going to have to try and wall the top of his ramp, I think.
Impossible.
I don't know what he can do. The forge isn't even finished. The spines are already in range of it. Oh, no, he's going to lose the gateway. Overcharge does go down.
That's a good photon overcharge. But I mean, I mean, okay, cool. You killed a couple Zerglings. You still have 3 spine crawlers in your natural, you know, what are you supposed to do? And the biggest thing is, eventually he will lose the cybernetic score. And because he loses the cybernetic score, he will not get warp gate technology.
He's trying to build a robo and some cannons in the main base, but this natural is gone. Completely depowered. The Zerglings diving into the main. The cannons aren't going to get time to finish. The Adepts getting surrounded. Every single probe being pulled off the line. Neeb is so desperate. So many going down. The cannons finish.
Yeah, that's 3 cannons, but only a single pylon. No, Artosis. Well, actually, 2 more cannons are powered, but
I don't think it's enough. Those spines do massive bonus to armor. The Zerglings flood in. Only 1 cannon remaining, and it's all but over. Oh my gosh, Snoot just pulling out the crazy cheese here. Neeb caught completely unawares. And I mean, he's only got Zerglings left. He's got 1 cannon in the middle line. I
mean, Neeb is doing a really good job, but it doesn't change the fact there are still 3 spine crawlers in his main base, and he will never, ever be able to expand until he gets like Tempest to clean up these spine crawlers and then a robotics facility for observers. So I think it was a really good, valiant effort by Neeb, but I think if you scouted that late, Pick, I'm sorry, but it's all over.
Yeah, I don't know if he can do too much from here. The Zergling's going to focus down that extra cannon. Those spines moving into range of the Nexus. All the cannons are going down. There's only that one in the back. Nice probe defense from Neeb, but I mean, it's just too little too late at this point. That overcharge isn't even in range. The spines are starting to deal damage to that Nexus, and I think Snoot's made it. I think he's made it happen, man.
Snoot, why are you doing this? Now I got to scout for Proxy Hatcheries in the upcoming 4 weeks again in every single game I play on this map against Zerg. This is a very gross build, because it's not easy for Protoss to scout this. Meanwhile, Zerglings will get on top of that cannon. Neeb is doing whatever he can, but you know, let's not create any fake hype here. With these spine crawlers chipping away the Nexus, this game is about to end, and Snoot just made life very hard for all the Protosses out there.
Block. But I think Rogue, doing his research, has set up very nicely to kind of fake out. You know, in Creator's mind, he thinks Rogue is sending the drone to like maybe where the 3rd base would be, but in fact this is going to be an extremely close gold base. Yeah, I mean, this is all hinged on the Protoss taking a Nexus quickly, and then you could punish that. Now, I don't know about the Zealot and the Probe. It seems like there's enough Lings. Oh, he's going to run by.
He's not going anywhere, Tasteless. This is Creator we're talking about, okay?
Now, if the hatchery's destroyed, the rush is going to completely fail. It's already nearly at 50% HP. The Robo is coming.
Dude,
the
Robo's
are going
such
to
a
be
good
essential.
choice. It's such a good choice. Oh my God. Creator's playing out of his mind already here.
Now, 3 Lings are going to come in here. They're going to run by the pylon up into the main. The target is going to be some probes. Lings are hatching over here. The Adept and the Zealot still damaging that hatchery.
Oh, those Lings going for some harassment. Second Zealot comes out. He is going to end up killing off this hatchery. It looks like those Lings getting a little bit of damage. 1 or 2 probes going to end up falling here right away, and Adept comes up, so they will get dealt with. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God! Oh, 53 health!
Can he shade an Adept over there?
Oh
my God!
No! He does not know that it's Nidus as of yet.
Yeah, so I think the Immortals really showed that he was anticipating, an attack from Roach Ravager. Now he does have a spotter here. Okay, here we go. The Nidus comes down.
If he stops the first one, it is gigantic. But Rogue is attacking the front at the same time.
Oh my God, the Lings get in. The Lings get in.
They do indeed. They go right for this mineral line. I don't think he's realized that there is a Nidus going on right now.
This is such a nail-biter of a game.
Yeah.
The Lings are going to come in, and I think that's going to spell a loss right now. Now the hatchery goes down. He does sack. Oh, no, he doesn't sack that. He has a War Prism there. Hold up, hold up.
Yeah, I think he'll end up losing this Nexus. It's hard for me to imagine him keeping it alive, but let's see.
I think, the issue is that he doesn't have, a good production point here with the hatchery being gone, but the Nidus is still going to be there. It still is going to be a tunnel into the base. He's going to go for the Nexus. If the Nexus falls, there is another one that's finishing up in the natural.
Yeah, so it is 1 base versus 1 base here still.
And most of the tech is actually at the natural as well. It's part of the
Yeah,
wallet.
he's got a Prism and an Immortal. Like, that is a lot of value. No doubt. In fact, I'm a little bit surprised he's not over-harassing right now. Roach Warren coming up right now as well for Rogue. Might be going for some Ravagers here is my guess.
And
Queen's being very annoying.
Keep in mind, the Immortal is not very good against Lings. I mean, it can kill them, but obviously the Lings are so high in number. So he's just trying to micro this as best he can. Now, it's 1 base versus 1 base for now. Zerg is expanding to the other gold base on the Zerg side of the map. So Rogue has that in his back pocket. But for now, it's going to be Creator trying to fight to maybe destroy this Nidus and try to reclaim his main base.
Because he's targeting down that high-energy Queen right now. He's trying to get anything done that he can. Keeping active with this Prism and Immortal, a very good choice. Another gate finishes up, continuing to warp in units.
And if the creep can get over onto this high ground area that's inside of what the Protoss's main was, I mean, it's possible you could make like a spine crawler or something like that and try to suffocate the Protoss that way.
I think some Ravagers would be amazing, right?
Sure.
Just biling down there would be a great way to do it. Throws down another Nidus exit here, very smart move. Can link that up with the main base. Oh, gotta be careful with that. Like, this Immortal is everything for Creator. All right, he sees what's going on. He sees that the next step is Ravagers.
And these 4 Roaches are going to come up here now. Now, the Immortal can fight them, but the Queens are going to do a pretty good job zoning. The second Nidus network is made. This one inside of the Zerg's main and now inside of the center of the Protoss's main to make even closer proximity. And the issue is going to be if these Ravagers can basically occupy this area for a long time, they can continue to shell the probes that are trying to mine from the mineral patches. And that, again, is going to be just such a smothering effect here on what Creator's trying to do to recover.
Man, it is a lot of units up there. Oh, he loses it. He loses it. This is looking like it's just straight up a Rogue victory from here. He uses the overcharge, but without that Immortal, I don't think there's really any chance. He doesn't have enough damage here.
Yeah, this was... I think this is the end. I think it was a good fight the Creator put up here, but he just doesn't have the tools he needs to try to recover in this situation. I mean, he's trying to do what he can on the low ground here, but every time the Corrosive Bile cooldown is done, oh, he's going to come down right now. Now, is this an overextension? Oh, I don't think it is. I mean, it's just so much here for the Zerg.
Maybe if he had an overcharge, I could see him getting through this, but it is not looking like it. More roaches coming down now. The creep thread being pushed in as well. And we are just about at the end. That is it. GG.
What is he up to? Is Yona going to do one of his crazy builds? Is he's going to actually open up with a Ravager Rush, Benjamin?
I think he is, and that is so beautiful to see. Like, because Serral, okay, yeah,
Yep, well, he sees the main base, spots the Roach Warren, sees both Extractors up and running as well. So at this point, Soul will know Reaper is going to find the creep immediately, so he knows where the hatchery is located as well. Bunker is going up. That bunker is pretty far away from the ramp. How do you feel about that, Ben?
I would have had it a little bit closer to the wall, and yeah, that seems to be what he's doing now, just because after seeing the gases and seeing what you're up against, you're up against Ravagers. I do like that he made a tech lab with the barracks, because now I think he's just going to switch it, loses an SV against this Zergling. Is he going to be able to get up a command center? He should be able to, right?
Yes, yeah, it's like 99% done. So he's going to be okay with that. Can probably morph it into an orbital immediately as well, and then just kind of float it over into his main base. So at least we're going to have some scans available, and of course 2 mules as well. Now, Serral eventually is probably going to expand on his side of the map, because I'm not sure if he really can bust Soul here. And Soul is...
This is getting ridiculously low. Okay. And he had to stop that orbital command switching. The Cyclone choice, by the way, instead of the tank, I like that as well. It allows you to be mobile, you don't get stuck. And Cyclones do deal with Ravagers pretty well as long as they don't get caught off guard.
Needs to move the SCVs there. Oh my goodness, that was awfully close. Does get the second lock on there. Gets a lot of shots on that Ravager. Actually takes it all the way down, because the Reaper provided vision there for that lock on to stay active. So that's all right. I mean, obviously losing couple of SCVs, but hey, picking up the first Ravager that quickly is pretty sweet.
I'm liking this more and more as time goes on for Soul, primarily because on maps that I've seen Serral do this on before, like it was on Automaton, he could at least mine from like a gold base or wherever he made the hatchery, whereas now, how do you mine from that hatchery that he has? Like, the Terran base is above you.
Yeah, this is going to go on for quite some time, and his barracks is taking a serious beating as well. The barracks was there to provide vision. That vision is gone now. Serral saves another Ravager. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, at this point, I feel like it's really awkward for Soul. Yes, he's on 33 workers, but that's obviously massive oversaturation in his main base. He can pull some SCVs to repair. He's going to be forced to scan a couple of times as well to clean up the creep in the natural. And at this point, Serral's own natural on his side of the map is actually up and running. He also has a little bit of additional income from his proxy hatch, as Mapu showed us. Yeah, this is starting to look better and better for Yona.
Okay, I do love the Cyclones locking onto one unit at a time. I know that may seem counterproductive, like, oh, but he can just transfuse it. But now he's actually getting kills. Loses one Cyclone in return, though. I mean, and a tank's being produced, another barracks is being produced.
It's a very weird way to start this best of 3. I did not necessarily expect this attack to come out of Serral, but I kind of like the way he's been doing it. There is the scan, but one creep tumor did survive, and that's kind of what I was worried about for Soul. So he's going to be forced to scan again, and it feels like this is taking a very long time. We're almost 6 minutes and 30 seconds into this game, and Soul still did not secure his natural. Well, Serral's already going up to 3 bases on his side of the map. Final scan will take down of that one creep tumor, but he doesn't get the other one. Oh no, Ben. That means one more scan is going to be needed. Now, a couple of cross and piles take care of the tank too. Serral, with the longest rush ever, is getting so much value out of his opening.
It does look like he'll be able to clean up all these roaches and the Ravagers, which is definitely decent. And he'll be able to secure this natural, most likely. And Soul is ahead in supply. And 42 SCVs he made on this kind of one-base situation. So as soon as it's up, boom, he's going to be mining so much with this. Like, this is obviously a really, really weird situation to be in for both of them. A Raven might not be a bad idea, and unbeknownst to Soul, it'll be a really good idea against these burrowed roaches, which is the tech of choice for Serral. And is that because he thinks he's going to be against pure Cyclone mech, like unburrowing on all the Cyclones?
Maybe for some run bys as well later on, just to pop up in all these mineral lines. I mean, Soul is getting into bio, actually. It's just very late bio, right? And
yeah.
It's a little bit of everything. I mean, we have seen a couple of Battle Mech openers in the past going into bio. This is not full out Battle Mech because we never did get Mech Field Accelerator. I mean, what a way to start this best of 3.
Yeah, it's baffling, right? Like, Serral's going to be ahead in upgrades for his Roaches and Ravages and what have you. His main base is kind of nearing mining out, but Soul's main base must be really close to mining out, right? With how many mules he had to drop.
Yep, yeah, 9 minutes in, and even one of the big mineral patches is pretty much about to disappear. Serral has 66 army supply at this point, and I think he's just going to try to be annoying, land a couple of crosser balls in this mineral line as the battle mech units are a bit out of position. Stim is obviously not done yet. This is not where Soul wants to be losing SCVs, but Ben, I think he's about to start losing some SCVs.
Oh, definitely. And these burrowed roaches, they do... Oh, actually, Soul reacted very, very quickly there, even getting up the turrets as well.
Well, this orbital's taking a lot of damage. Corrosive Ball does not take it down yet, but the next wave of Corrosive Balls can potentially get it down. Soul does an amazing job at keeping the orbital alive, though. And Serral does get a few tanks, gets more than a handful of SCVs, as 11 have gone down already, and further slows down the economy of Soul. Serral is so good at buying time with everything he does.
Yeah, like every time you watch his units move, you know they're going to be doing the right thing. Like all the corrosive biles landed in all the right places, just enough to kill the tanks.
He did such a good job in keeping his orbital alive before, but the next wave of corrosive balls can potentially be very troublesome. As actually, Serral just kind of runs into his own corrosive balls, but he does take care of that tank. The Marines don't have the upgrades yet that they're looking for.
Okay. Keeping it weird.
Yeah. This is, I think, what Rogue was planning on doing against Zest in one of those games.
Remember when Nesty did this?
Yes.
A long time ago, and we lost
awesome.
our shit.
It was against Hongan, wasn't it? I think.
Was it? I thought it was against...
any pro. Any pro.
Was it any pro?
I believe it was.
I thought it was the same guy that blocked his own Nexus with a pylon, but then turned out to be pretty
San?
good. I thought it was against San, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Anyways,
memories are
one of
faulty,
those three, I think.
But it was crazy.
Okay, Singling walks in here. 3 spines on the way. He does make the robo. Makes a forge as well. That's an interesting forge.
Yeah, the forge.
I think, is he just going to give up the natural? No?
I don't know where this goes. Now keep in mind, most of the way the Protoss survive early game is by having some kind of wall-in. This is a general theme in the game, is one race has to have some kind of wall-in against the other, but oftentimes they both have to have proper wall-ins. And, you know, when you don't have the structures to hide behind and to defend from, the damage is too great. And in truth, the most significant tech building in the game is right at the front of your entrance. It's a cybernetics core.
Oh,
you
he just gets it out! He just gets it out! Okay, he's got to just heal the cyber core,
Can he get the warp gate? Nah, I guess it's not enough time.
Oh, he's not going to get warp
the
gate.
pylon. He's not going to get it. Oh, he's going to get it. Oh, he's not going to get it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, he's going to get it.
He gets it. Oh, man. Stats by the skin of his teeth. Getting his warp gate done. Getting the stalker done.
And teeth don't even have skin.
Well, that's how close it was.
Yeah.
Okay, he's got cannons on high ground. He's going to have an immortal. Yeah, I mean, he's going to hold this for sure. Damn, man, stats looking hot today.
Oh my God, but this surround is actually pretty big. The shield battery.
Where's our overcharge?
Yeah, the shield battery cannot quite help. Oh my God. Okay, so more lings can still be made here, and they will be made.
Oh, he's walking out too far with that. He needs to get back to the buildings.
Immortal!
You cannot let that get surrounded somewhere.
The shield battery is out.
Yeah, once he gets an overcharge, though, that's... I mean, I don't think you're actually going to finish breaking him. I think you need to expand this road.
Well, I think Rogue agrees
he's too
with
low,
you.
maybe.
He's making 2 drones. Let's see if he goes back in the lings. Now, even though there's enough spines here that they can actually just hammer down this cannon, I think. No, I guess not. I guess the Immortals, 2 of them present.
Yeah, pushes
it back.
He's going to
push it back into a concave outside the ramp.
And now it looks like he's going to expand.
I don't think this is terrible for Protoss,
no,
by the way.
I think he's completely fine. I think he makes a warp prism and wins the game.
Yeah,
right?
that's...
Like, I mean, It's already hard enough to stop Immortals in a Warp Prism.
You see Rogue's control was so good there.
Yeah.
Uprooting that spine, sending it back. Okay, he's got to be careful. You know, the hull damage, as beefy as Immortals are, it really is. You know, in the games like this where you basically, Protoss becomes a Warcraft 3 player with 2 heroes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what the 2 Immortals are.
I'd love to see a Blade Master try to kill these.
Yeah, right.
Never gonna happen. I like that. Rogue is focusing on making sure that those shields get knocked down. If you can get rid of Hardened Shield, then the Immortals really can't commit so well. They take full damage. Like
Look at the balancing act here from Rogue, too. The hatchery coming down. Now,
he's making a lot of spines, a lot of lings.
Another thing to point out here is that if these Immortals do get picked up in a Warp Prism, which they will eventually here, and sent across the map, there is an option to counterattack as well.
Yes.
So, and that's probably what Zerg is trying to hang on to, is trying to get just enough workers out.
Yeah, I think what happens, right, is if these go across the map, he moves all the spines up. So maybe, look at this, he fills up 2 Adepts into that, and he's getting blades.
Funny.
So he's actually going to attack with Adepts.
Dude.
Oh, he's got to be careful at that. He's going to attack with Adepts and keep the Immortals at home, because the Immortals at home will stop him from dying. He cannot die, basically, because the spines will die before they even can burrow.
So even though Protoss should be fine, Protoss is also in a situation where he can't really get out. Oh my god, these are going to get in the red here. We got 1 Tomato Immortal. They were Lemon Immortals not long ago.
Yeah, he's definitely taking a lot of hull damage, but he's keeping the pressure on with them, which is important.
Yeah, and also if Protoss breaks his position, they do get a base up here.
Good
force field. That was really, really nice.
Look at this. He is just going to break through everything, isn't he?
Well, hold on. A lot of Lings are going to come in here. Oh my god, incredible control here. Just beautiful. He goes back. More spines are coming. Again, these Immortals are so freaking low.
Good micro from Rogue, though, over and over.
Now, the Warp Prism is still basically full of shields, but you can see the Queens want to try to get that low enough that they because, you know, the Warp Prism is what makes the Immortals strong, and they just get picked up, and it's instantaneous, and same with the dropping. So the Zerg is basically eating damage over time. Oh my god, this is so close.
It's got to keep those Immortals alive still. Very important.
Guardian Shield coming down here.
More and more Lings being made.
Another spine comes into the fray.
Oh my god. It just stacks his units will not die.
Oh, literally
just barely gets
would
that
have been a fatal shot there, but picks it up as the spine is reaching across the map.
Yeah. Oh my god, these 2 Immortals.
He did it.
The damage, the value.
Now, Protoss does not have a second base, but Protoss has the infrastructure to probably push across here.
Look, if you can't stop that with your whole army and 6 spines, you're not going to stop it with a second army.
Now, again, the Warp Prism can only hold 2 units. If the surface area
he's got to surround that. I think that actually could have been a good time to try to surround.
Well,
okay, here he goes.
Now's that moment.
That's a huge surround right there. Look at that.
Now, keep in mind, the Queens are still hitting the Warp Prism. The Adepts are, for the most part, going to be picked off. But
okay,
they're
few of them
inside
get
the
through.
main.
Yeah.
This is such a scrappy
game. I cannot believe that Red Immortal is still alive. Madness.
Now again, Queen's on creep here.
Oh! Finally
one
loses
Immortal
one.
out.
So red, that Immortal, too.
Another warping down here. Okay, the main is almost mined out. In fact, he needs to stop making units to make a Nexus Artosis. And Protoss actually outlasts us. By the way, this is a great game. Just take a moment. Crazy. This is a really, really good game of StarCraft 2. Okay, he's got a long-distance mine. Artosis, we're finish each other's sentences.
Well, there's only one thing to say on each screen. Okay, the shade. Okay. Oh, okay. I like this idea.
Old school strat.
Get some kills here. Oh, look how many Lings are at the bottom of the ramp. He's got a force field.
There's 3 sentries.
Okay, he has one more force field, so he's going to kill this hatch.
The hatchery, excuse me.
Oh, more and more force fields now.
What?
I actually really want to see him focus on killing this hatch.
Yeah, no, he needs to
kill the pool, too. Kill everything that's up here. Let your opponent have as many lings as he wants on the low ground. It's all you, my dude.
Goes down. That's actually not enough. Oh, he's got some other lings over there in the main.
I like that, to let a certain amount of them up, because he's whittling it down now.
I think it was very intentional.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Trapping you.
Whoa, that's how many are in there?
That was a lot.
I think Stats wins.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't
forget, he doesn't have a natural, and he's actually under attack over there by something.
Okay, so he can't mine there. So he has exactly six. Well, he had 600 minerals. Now he's warping it a little bit more. He still has enough minerals that he can actually make a nexus. Important to note. What a game.
Yeah, coming down the ramp now, though.
I think this is going to be fatal damage here.
I think Rogue committed too heavily on the ramp. He got whittled down a lot.
Great play here by Stats. Really one of the best games we've had all year, honestly. What a special game. What a really special game.